I'm Josh Manlove.
My name is Danielle Tate.
I'm Latasha Rowley.
I'm Sonia Hicks, and I'm part of the Urban Education Studies doctoral program at IUPUI. What we're doing is taking a unique approach to research where we are doing observations and interviews to get a feel for what the Kheprw Institute does, and we're making our own meaning of it. So we're reflecting, we're coming together to discuss our observations.
My experience with being able to talk to members of KI and observe the meetings and the events and just being able to be in community with the folks at KI. The word that really continues to come out, that really comes up in my mind when I think of KI, is this idea of authenticity.
Two things that come to mind when I think about KI are commitment and love. And I've seen examples of this through my observations and through listening to interviews, finding out that the people that founded KI, namely Imhotep and Pavana, are living and breathing entities of KI.
One of the things that I got the most from the interviews, the events that I went to, as well as sitting in on one of the KI staff meetings, is just the consistency. And so when I look at Mimi's interview and when I look at Alva's interview, it was literally like I could put them right on top of each other because they both had similar stories and similar experiences working with KI.
One thing that I really enjoyed learning about was the symbol and the logo, which is Scarabus beetle, the Egyptian meaning that rebirth, renewal, and transformation. And I've seen that work in practice, the transformation not only of the people working on the projects and the programs, but also on the community members.
From what I can see, KI really prides itself on the idea that you can be authentic, that you can be real. You can do work that is relevant and real and salient to you culturally, and that you can be successful.
With my classmates and hearing their interviews, there were some similar things, and one of those things was just the accountability as well as the loving push to push people to be their best self.
One instance I can think of that demonstrates the love and the commitment and the consistency is how they treat the young people. The young people are, the adults are nurturers for the young people, but they also allow them to lead, they allow them to grow, they hold them accountable. I do remember a young man stepping into a meeting. He had been away for a while and gotten into some things that I think had taken him off track from school and whatnot. And the group welcomed him back. He wanted to come back. They wanted to, however, kind of interrogate him just to make sure that he understood that this is a commitment that he's making. But it was all in love. And I believe the young man felt that. He knew that.
But that love necessarily wasn't like this cuddling love, like this woo-woo-woo love, but it was that love, like, we're gonna push you to be better. We're gonna help you, but we're also gonna push you. And so that was one of the things that was most compelling about my experience working with KI, and just seeing how if you want to do better, if you want to do something, come here and we're gonna do something.
Particularly for communities of color, particularly for oppressed communities in general, that this flies in the face of saying, no, you have to do things a certain way. You know, this is just how the system works, and that this is how you have to do things to get ahead.
I actually saw KI, putting action to what the philosophy is and what is believed. And everyone has an opportunity and a responsibility to make a change, and the changes can start small and then they just grow as each person changes. So I just have been excited being a part of this, learning about the organization and coming alongside to find out more and about how I can be a part of these changes.
And so I think that you'll find that this is a truly organic, truly committed group of people, and I think love is basically the foundation.
And just the conversations I had with Pimbana, with Diop, about the work that KI does and what they saw out in the world, what they saw the world telling them that they needed to be doing to be successful, and they just made a different choice. And I feel like that concept really permeates through everything that KI does.